Hey everyone, it's Davey Mooney coming to you from the University of North Texas where I run the jazz guitar program. I'm a Benedetto artist, Sunnyside Records artist. Got the new Sunnyside record coming out June 9th. It's going to be called Way Back. We recorded it in Brazil over the summer. Turned out really great. Excited about it. Got my Mel Bay books, Personalizing Jazz Vocabulary, and the new one Into the Labyrinth, An Anatomy of Position Playing for Jazz Guitar. And getting ready for the semester to start. It's mid-January over here in sunny Denton, Texas. Weather's nice. About to do spring 2023, y'all. But before we do that, I want to talk about Beatrice. Great tune, jazz standard by tenor saxophone player Sam Rivers, who I should confess I'm not as familiar with as I should be. And this tune is from great record called Fuchsia Swing Song that I've heard a few times, and I know that record also has the tune Cyclic Episode, which is a real popular tune like in the modern jazz realm. I remember playing that with Mike Moreno on a duo gig back in New York. Shout out to Mike Moreno. But yeah, I need to check out some more Sam Rivers and some of those records. He's on like the Miles in Tokyo, right? He replaced George Coleman before Wayne Shorter got in that band in around the same time period, 64, probably 65. And so this tune is on that record. It's also on State of the Tenor, the Joe Henderson Trio live stuff from the 80s with Ron Carter. Is it Al Foster on drums? Gosh, I should have looked that up before I got on here. Sometimes I rely on my recall. I think I'm right about that. Yeah, and I actually, this tune, it came to me when I was a freshman here at UNT. I was in a small group with some great musicians who are doing great things out in the wide world these days. Tyler Summers on alto sax. Shout out to Tyler Summers, also a great vocalist. I believe, is he in Nashville? I don't know where he at, Tyler, but he's a Canadian alto player, and it was sort of his group. He organized it. We had Matt Wigton on bass, shout out to Matt Wigton, Jonathan Wagner on drums, San Antonio, and Tyler kind of was sort of the leader, and he brought in a lot of music. There was a suite that we did. We're going back 25 years, y'all, because it's 2023, right? My goodness. But I remember the first tune we played was Beatrice, and I had never played it before, and so he had a chart on it. And I was like, oh, this sounds cool. And I feel like we played it kind of slow, although, again, I don't remember. But, both the original one on Fuchsia Swing Song, it has this cool kind of intro, piano intro. That's a great record, right? It's got Jaki Byard. Shout out to Jaki Byard, the late, great Jaki Byard, Ron Carter, and Tony Williams on drums. And he does this little intro, and then the tempo is like out there. That's the song, 16 bars. Remember I did a video on Invitation recently where I forgot to sort of count the bars before I did the video, and I was like, how many bars is this song? But Beatrice is 16 lovely bars, 4 4-bar phrases, and it's really nice. I'll talk about the chords. That was the melody and the chords that I just played, but it's in F, and you get like F major to G flat major 7 sharp 11, to F major again, to E flat major 7 sharp 11. And each chord gets 1 bar. D minor 7, E flat major 7 sharp 11, D minor. Sometimes there's a little walk down, but to B flat minor 7. Although in that original version, they kind of just play D minor and then B flat minor 6, something like that. A minor 7, B flat major, then a 2-5, E minor 7 flat 5, A7, D minor, and that they get 2 beats each, and that E minor 7 flat 5 and A7 get 2 beats each in that measure, D minor, and then the turnaround you get G minor like a 2, but instead of a 5 you get G flat major 7, sharp 11 again. It's like a tritone sub, and then it ends on F minor and G flat major 7. So really nice chords, and I think what I'm going to talk about primarily is the application of pentatonics on this chord progression, and I like it a lot because, like for instance, well, I'll just dive right in. So that first chord, obviously it's a F major 7 chord. You could play F major scale. That would be a good option. You could arpeggiate, but an obvious pentatonic application would be like A minor pentatonic. And I convert as a guitarist, A minor pentatonic, Stairway to Heaven solo, minor pentatonic is the coin of the realm in rock and a lot of blues, the stuff that I came up on. So I just always convert things to minor pentatonics. I mean, obviously that could be C minor pentatonic too, C major pentatonic, sorry. But so, and if you want to make a rule or come up with a strategy for doing this to get into that sound, when you have a major 7 chord, you can play a minor pentatonic off the 3rd. So F major 7, A minor pentatonic. And I tell my students and whoever will listen that a lot of the time these days I play 6-note collections somehow. I find that, if I'm playing on that F major, I might play that A minor pentatonic and also an F. And I don't know why I do that. Sometimes I'll add in the major scale notes too, and I can't really tell if I'm adding notes to a pentatonic or taking notes away from a major scale or whatever, but it's a nice collection of notes. And when you go up a half step to G flat major 7, you could just go up and play B flat minor pentatonic. Although another strategy, because when you have a major 7 sharp 11, and I've said this in other videos, I remember Clyde Kerr teaching us this back in like the 90s, and I was like, wow, because I was a teenager, so I was coming from the minor pentatonics pretty hard, when I first started playing jazz. I was like, everything was minor pentatonic to me. And he said, like, when you have a major 7 sharp 11, go down a half step and play a minor pentatonic. So on a G flat major 7 sharp 11, F minor pentatonic works really well. And then if you think about it, you got the first 2 chords, it's kind of like F major to F minor in a certain sense. Yeah, it could be A minor pentatonic to F minor pentatonic, which is A minor pentatonic to A flat major pentatonic, if you want to convert it the other way. And then the next chord is E flat major 7. And it's kind of E flat major 7 sharp 11. It's got an A in it. If it's got any A at all, it's got an A natural. So that's, you could go down a half step and play D minor pentatonic, which is, of course, F major pentatonic. So there's a lot of options here. And a lot of it is the same notes, but say you went F major pentatonic for the first chord because it's an F major chord, and then went to F minor pentatonic, and then went to F major pentatonic again, back to F, and then stayed on F major pentatonic for the E flat major 7. That would be F major pentatonic, F minor pentatonic, F major pentatonic. So really only changing one note, right? Well, that's not true. You're not changing that many notes. It's funny how sometimes, a lot of these things are in my fingers, and when I go to articulate them, sometimes my fingers are ahead of my brain, or my brain it's with my fingers, but the intellectual part of it sometimes gets a little bit off. But that's why I'm working on this teaching thing all the time. But anyway, so that's a couple options there, right? Honestly, I kind of like the A minor pentatonic on the F major chord, which is C major pentatonic, and I do like, sometimes I'll just arpeggiate G flat major, but I do like the sound of an F minor pentatonic on that chord, and back to an F major. Flat major 7 again, I might arpeggiate, but I might go to that D minor pentatonic sound. So, and I'll say them as minor pentatonics again. I know I was mixing it up, but sometimes I mix it up because it can sort of let you see how close everything is. Because then after that E flat major 7, you have a D minor 7, right? So you're on D minor pentatonic, you're already there. And then the next chord's E flat major 7 again, so you're just rocking on D minor pentatonic for a while, because then there's D minor again. And then there's a B flat minor, where you kind of have to change it up. And that's the point in the song. Like if I play this tune with students, or I watch students play it, I look to see if, when that B flat minor comes, if they actually address the fact that, like, in terms of guide tones, that B flat minor's got a D flat in it, and I guess the G flat kind of has a D flat in it as well, G flat major 7. But the chords leading up to that B flat minor are all kind of, like I said, they can all kind of be D minor pentatonic, and you can play some blues, and it sounds good to play some blues. When that B flat minor comes, that D flat, and I guess theoretically like an A flat as well, right? I don't think that B flat minor. I guess you could make it be minor major 7, but I hear it as being a Dorian kind of sound, and that's sort of the different color that's sprinkled into the song that's outside of the tonality of, the tonality shifts a little bit, but like I said, when you're going from E flat major 7 sharp 11, D minor 7, E flat major 7 sharp 11, D minor 7, all that is. Then when you have that come in, it's pretty drastic. Then the next chord, you got A minor 7 to B flat major 7 sharp 11, and going back to our pentatonic idea, on A minor 7 you can play A minor pentatonic, and on the B flat major 7 you can play A minor pentatonic, and you can add notes to that. Like I said before, I don't always just play the 5 notes. Just like when I'm playing the major scale, I don't always just play the 7 notes, but it's kind of like a way to see the commonality between these chords that look like they move, but in the upper structure they don't really move much at all. Then you have a 2-5 to D minor, and again it's kind of nice. That E minor 7 flat 5 is still kind of B flat major 7 sharp 11, right? One way to think about that chord, if you think of it from the 5th, it's a B flat major 7. It is a B flat major 7 sharp 11, right? But on that A7, again, you have C sharp, aka D flat. And it's nice in the midst of all that sort of ethereal major 7 sharp 11 stuff to have a 5-1. Kind of grounds the harmony a little bit. And then G minor 7 is also again like B flat major 7, right? G minor 7 from the 3rd. Then that G flat major 7 sharp 11. Again, you have a D flat in there. And it's F minor. It resolves to F minor. So on that G flat major 7 before it, you can play F minor pentatonic. Chord is also G flat major 7. So again, I'll go from the top. So F major, A minor pentatonic maybe, G flat major 7. You can play B flat minor pentatonic or F minor pentatonic. Back to F, A minor pentatonic. You can play F major pentatonic. E flat major 7 sharp 11s, and still F major pentatonic, which is D minor pentatonic. And then D minor. You can put an E natural in there if you want to, if you want to make it a 9. Or you can keep it pentatonic. E flat major. Again, you can arpeggiate if you want. You can play play that triad pair from The Heat Is On. F and E flat triad pair. D minor. Then on B flat minor 7, I feel like you want to change it up a little bit. Maybe play some bebop, play some B flat Dorian, something like that, arpeggiate. A minor 7, A minor pentatonic, B flat, major 7, sharp 11, arpeggiate, or you can still play off of A minor pentatonic. 2/5 to D minor, 5/8 note resolution cells. Then the 2/5 to F minor, G minor 7. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily pentatonic that one because we're sort of in, I mean I could, but we're sort of in a more functional harmony land there, so I'm thinking that. G minor 7 arpeggio to G flat major 7. Could be B flat minor pentatonic again, could be F minor pentatonic, could be a G flat major 7 arpeggio, F minor. You can kind of do like a bluesy turnaround there because F minor to G flat major 7. And I think you have that progression a lot in tunes from this period, right? Some way shorter tunes like how's Deluge? Key for Deluge, where you have that minor 7 and then a major 7 up a half step. That's in a lot of tunes, and you can like blues it out if you want by playing the minor pentatonic of the minor chord, even when it goes up a half step to a major chord. And one other thing that I wanted to talk about in this tune, I was just listening to that version on Fuchsia Swing. One more thing I wanted to talk about is the Jaki Byard solo on Fuchsia Swing Song on that record. I don't know if that's a Gorman Gas reference, maybe? Lady Fuchsia? Anyway, but he plays like some stuff on F major, some stuff on G flat major, some stuff on F major, and then on the E flat major 7 he plays a really loud and deliberate E natural up top, and then on the D minor he plays like a B, and then when it goes to E flat major again, he plays an E natural again down in that octave. So some really like deliberate, gnarly dissonances that, man, they sound really cool. And I think he does it at another point in the solo too, but that's, I really love Jaki Byard. Particularly, I love the record Far Cry, if you all are familiar with that one, with Dolphy and Booker Little. Who is that? Is that Roy Haynes? I think Ron Carter's on that record too. But man, Jaki Byard wrote some beautiful music for that record as well. So, but anyway, I'm going to play a few on Beatrice and explore some of these ideas. And yeah, I'm going to go check out some Sam Rivers because I got a little bit of a blind spot. Fuchsia Swing Song is the record that this comes from. And yeah, it's a great tune. All right, enjoy.